unfortunately, this is going to be my very first YouTube video. Probably not starting off on the right foot, but as the YouTube name claims, ICU Nurse, this is my very first crown rot. This orchid I had placed in a decorative vase with a couple other ferns that I actually purchased that were on sale at Home Depot. So I'm not sure if maybe the ferns had some kind of... Oh my God! Well, I was hoping this was still viable, but I guess not. I don't think this is savable. Well then. All right, so this is official crown rot. I am going to unpot it and see what the roots look like. I'm part of a group on Facebook. I believe it's like water culture orchids, and I got some great advice from lots of people. So let's see what I can do. So this is what it looks like after I unpacked most of the sphagnum moss. The roots don't look too bad in my opinion. I mean, I still have some good, really pretty green viable roots and some new growth as well. So I'm just gonna rinse this, spray it down with hydrogen peroxide, and try and cut out as much of this crown rot as possible, and add some cinnamon at the recommendation of some of the Facebook users on water culture orchid group. So stay tuned. This makes me so sad. I can't believe this is actually my very first orchid that had crown rot, and I had posted another video on the Facebook page where I did find the possible culprit. You know, I don't know what came first. Was it the pest from the fern that I had it potted with in the same decorative pot, or you know, I don't water my orchids from up top. I soak my orchids once a week. You know, I fertilize very weekly. And you know, it's not like they sit in a wet kind of area in a sense. So I'm not sure, but again, I'm optimistic about this, so we'll see what happens. Wish me luck. You rinse them off and cut them off, and I'll show you the final result. Optimistic about this one. Again, I think the roots look really good. I got some new root growth there. I tried to clean as much of the rotting part of the crown as much as possible. I rinsed it under the sink. I sprayed down the entire thing with hydrogen peroxide. I dried the middle as much as I possibly could, and then I added cinnamon. The question is what medium I'm going to use next. I kind of want to do water culture just to keep a close eye on it. Semi-water culture, that is. But I'm just afraid I'm going to rot these roots. Again, you know, the plant is pretty sick, given the extent of the crown rot. But again, I'm optimistic, so not sure what medium I'm going to use next. We'll see. So this is the final clean result of the orchid with the crown rot. I cut off all the dead roots, soaked her down with hydrogen peroxide. Again, tried my best to cut off all the rotted area, spray it down with hydrogen peroxide. That's cinnamon that you see in there. And I let her dry for about maybe 5 hours or so. I'm hoping for a basil keiki, just because, again, these roots look, just got pretty good, viable new roots that are coming up. So hopefully she's somewhat healthy enough. I'm gonna put her in semi-water culture. For today, I'm gonna let her dry overnight. I'll kind of keep an eye on her leaves. If I start to notice that the leaves droop, I'll put her in the water a little bit sooner. But I think I'm gonna start off with a 2-day wet and 5-day dry. And now that I'm looking at this a little further, I'm probably gonna cut away at some more roots here. But it's my first official crown rot orchid fowl that I'm going to place in my intensive care unit. Keep a close eye on her, and we'll see what happens. Wish me luck. Happy growing. Bye.